What's going on, YouTube? This is Chaos-Reighn here. Once again, I am here to show you a new farming method. Today's farming method is going to be a bit alternative and a bit, if I'm being honest, you have to be like really into boss killing and have a lot of watchstones to begin with to get this method started. So first things first, we have to pull out a whole bunch of watchstones, and then we have to pull out sextants. Sorry I wasn't prepared for this video, but I just saw something that kind of made me inspired to, post this video myself. Now, you can use two types of watchstones. Well, multiple types, but you can either use the unique ones or any Valdo's Rest ones. Now, the reason why you want to use any Valdo's Rest ones excuse me, is because Valdo's Rest is the area where everyone is farming their harbingers. So people really want excuse me, people really want to farm harbingers and get a lot of currency, and when you're averaging 1 to 3x a map, sometimes more, and getting a whole bunch of loot and so on and so forth, you end up profiting a lot more than, your normal just random methods of farming. So this is, now that being said, there is a couple of things you have to remember. First and foremost, this is, a sort of a gamble, but what in Path of Exile isn't a gamble? So as such, we are going to pull out a couple hundred of our sextants. We want 10 simples, just so we can roll over some stuff. And let's go to our hideout. So full disclosure, I did see a YouTube post about this stating he makes over 100 exalts an hour by doing this method, and in my opinion, it works. I've sold a couple of watchstones this way in the past, and especially this league when anything and everything is extremely valuable to run, it just adds up even more. So first things first, we have to go to our Valdo's Rest watchstones, and we have to look at what modifiers we have. So currently we don't have any anything too crazy on our Valdo's Rest watchstones. Now we do need to take one out because one of them is just going to be put aside for now. And then we need to take the simple sextants, and we need to roll 3 modifiers that are extremely common in 1000 weighted. We need either chaos, physical, lightning, fire, or cold. One of the 5. So let's see, there's lightning, that's 1. There's fire, that's 2. There's cold, that's 3. Okay, so now that you have the 3 blocked off, you can use the simple sextants to do this because you can't roll 2 of the same watchstones or same sextant modifiers regardless of the tier of sextants. Then we take a watchstone like the Booming Populace, for example. We put it in here, and we just start hitting it with sextants. Now, instead of just aiming for Nemesis 3 currency, because this is a, just a grabbable and tradable watchstone, we can use this for a lot of things. Now, a couple of them I'll go over, and I'll kind of give you a price quote and everything like that on why to get them as we get them. So, without further ado, let's get to rolling. So, let's see. So this is a very good one if you're farming specifically harbingers. If you like the harbingers, this gives you an additional harbinger that spawns near the boss and gets you just gets you something decent. So because I'm trying to show you overall profits, I would value this specifically at about 40-50 C, just because, and that was like what, 4 sextants used. Add a 2C per or something. I think, no, sorry, that's 3C per, I think, right now on console. That might be a little more. I know there's 50 for an X, so yeah, I think that's like 3C per, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, that's, it pays for itself. Now, obviously, this is probably worth more, probably worth less, but because we're just trying to, put things aside, we're just going to grab this watchstone, and we're going to place it in a sell tab right over here. And because this is standard, I'm just going to put it up for an X. So then we grab another one, War Amongst the Stars. So War Amongst the Stars is a really good one because it gives you packs of Elder and Shaper creations, and these packs can be rare. So you can have rare enemies in them, which benefits the Nemesis 3 currency, so on and so forth. So let's see what we get. Oh, there we go. Sacred Grove. Okay, so Sacred Grove is a craft on your map device that is valued at, what is it, 12 chaos? 12 chaos. So if you do the math, that is 12 chaos times 4 maps, equivalent to 48 chaos. So that's not including any of the crafts that you get, that's not including anything that you use on it, anything like that. It's just 48 chaos flat out. So as such, this is going to be another one I'm going to put in here, and I'm going to put this one for, we'll say, plus the initial cost of the Watchstone, 2x. Again, this is standard. I'm just kind of throwing prices up. Honestly, it's probably in league, maybe only 1x, but I'm just trying to get through these quickly and show you, how profitable and valuable this is. So, see, this is actually not bad either. The 2 additional abysses allow you to place this in the Tyrn's End area. And let's see if I can actually go over here. If you go over to the Tyrn's End area, it actually has some notables that give you currency, give you abyssal depths, rarity, magic monsters, so on and so forth. And you can just kind of abuse this area if you decide to do that. However, because I'm not really, I don't really value abyssal depths as much, we're just going to roll over it and see what we get. Let's see here. Breaches. See, breaches would be very, very, very strong. However, we're looking for something that's just juicy, that just, gives us it. Also, Hunted Traders. Hunted Traders is another one that'll sell for like 60, 70 C. To my knowledge, Hunted Traders adds a pack of mobs per other pack or something like that. It just adds a lot of pack size just for one mod. Okay. Ooh, area contains Xana. Okay, area contains Xana is another one we can sell, just because Xana can, kind of be pretty good. I know she's been nerfed this league, and there's not a lot of people who use her, so, like before, we're just going to hit it again with more of these. See what we get. Right there, Mirror of Delirium. If anyone remembers, Mirror of Delirium is a 16 chaos craft. So 16 chaos times 4 would be roughly, let's see, that's 40 times, 46, 12, 18, 24. What's the 66 chaos? Roughly 66 chaos for one modifier. This is the crafting cost of it. This isn't including anything you find during the Delirium Mirror, any of the splinters, any of the drop loot rewards themselves, any of the rare monsters that are going to show up for Nemesis 3 currency, anything. All this is counting is the fact that it's the cost on a map is usually 16 chaos, or a Delirium Orb is usually 20-ish to 25 chaos on average. Now, because this is so valuable, I'm actually going to put this in here, and we're going to place it for 3x. So now we're going to put this next one in, +1 monster area. Alright, that's fine. And let's see what we can roll. Metamorph monsters are also another really good one if you like the metamorphs. I personally hate metamorphs. I run squishy characters, as you've seen before on my channel, and they will murder you. Well, me. And I do have some tanky characters, but I still hate metamorphs just because of my, love-hate relationship with them on the squishy characters, so we're just going to roll over it. breaches, again, you can get a really good value excuse me, out of breaches, and getting that value isn't very hard and not very expensive. In the future, if breaches or breach bosses, breach runs is something someone wants to learn and how lucrative it is, please feel free to leave a comment, or hit me up on PlayStation if you know me on PlayStation. So we're just gonna keep going. Right there, perfect. Nemesis monsters drop additional 3 basic currency items. See, not only does it give you this, I also happen to have a 22% increased effect of modifiers on non-unique maps, which means if I use excuse me, if I use this on a Nemesis map, it's gonna have 22% increased effect of the percent rare monsters, which is gonna give me a lot more monsters. So that being said, on top of which, the Nemesis 3 currency in Valdo's Rest is by far one of the most broken things you can possibly use. And using it and doing it that way is, doing it in Valdo's is probably easily the most profitable. If you've seen any of my other videos, including my video where I was on a tier 1 map and made insane currency, just off of running Nemesis 3 currency on one of them, you can kind of see that, it's going to pay back. Like, it's definitely going to pay you dividends, and it's not a waste of time. It's really fun, gets you a lot of currency quick. So this specific watchstone, because it has the Nemesis 3 currency and it has 4 uses, I would value each use at about 60-70 C, because that's what you're going to get on average, on top of the fact that you're going to 99% of the time you're going to get more per map. So I'm going to put this up for about 3 exalts, and this is a fair and kind price, but you can probably get a lot more, maybe like 4 exalts. Again, this is console. Anyone asking where my pricing is coming from, this is console, and you're going to more than likely get the 4 exalts back from this method. So let's put in our next watchstone. And we did it again. Nemesis 3 currency. So now we have Nemesis 3 currency on Elder and Shaper creations, which is insane because that means that's more pack size. So we're going to go over here and we're going to put this right up here. And I'm going to put this up for 3 exalts. Plus 1 monster area, more monster life, that's fine. A blight, okay, so blight encounter is a kind of a hit or miss kind of thing. There is areas that can basically min-max the blight encounter usage, and if you are interested in doing a blight kind of setup, then it is valuable. It is extremely valuable to get the additional blight encounter, especially since, when you're in the blight area, you have the upgraded oils, you have everything like that. You're just going to keep getting pre-anointed blight maps and all kinds of crazy stuff all the time. So I would value this normally at a 2 or a 3 exalt cost, assuming you're using it in the proper areas. However, because I am not using it in the proper areas, I'm specifically aiming for Valdo's, we're going to keep going. Right here, we got another Harbinger boss. Alright, so as I said before, you get 1 Harbinger boss per map, and then you get 1 additional stack of currency shards per Harbinger. So just remember that every single Harbinger you get, whether you have 3, 5, 7, 10, will have an additional stack of currency shards, and then you are guaranteed 1 Harbinger, which can be flipped to the Super Harbinger on top of it. So again, we're going to place this with our other Harbinger one. Let's see, there it is. Priced at 1x. Again, I'm pricing it at 1x to be, fairly conservative. This is, in my opinion, worth a lot more than 1x. But this is my opinion. This is in fact. So we're going to continue on with our rolling. So Area Contains June is another really strong one, especially in Valdo's Rest. If you have Area Contains June, that's 4 master missions. 4 master missions is the difference between running a safe house or running Katarina, and not running a safe house and not running Katarina. On top of it, if you have anything like when you do a map, you have a chance to get the mission back, or the mission of whatever you're doing back, or I believe it is, if I'm not mistaken. It might just be, you know, to increase chance to get June missions. You can also place these in Haywork and then just, you know, run free June missions and also get June missions back, or you can place this in Valdos and get your super June missions and do it that way. But again, I'm not gonna worry about it. It's kind of hard to value these, so we're gonna roll over it. If I were to guess, maybe like 5C per June mission, maybe more. If you think about it, the prophecies themselves are 5 to 15C, so we'll just say it's like a 20C, and it's not really worth it in that case. Beyond. Alright. So this is free Beyond. It is only 6%. It's not the normal Beyond that you can pay for on the map device normally, which I think is 12C, I think. Now, this is still really good because this is 1 on a pack size Watchstone. 2, this is good for running the juiced up Valdos rest areas. Now, I've went on record saying that running the imposing merchants Chromium Valdos rest is really popular and really powerful. You don't have to run 4 of these. You can run 3 of these, and or even 2 of these, and then run like this and Nemesis 3 currency, and then you're gonna just start seeing currency fall and fall and fall, and it gets crazy really quick. You end up getting hundreds and hundreds of chaos and a bunch of exalts, a bunch of just every kind of currency you can think of. In League, I did 3 maps and I'm already at like 300 alterations, and I already spent my other currency, sadly, but it is what it is. But that being said, just the initial cost of Beyond, we're gonna say like 12C times 4, it's 48, plus the cost of the Watchstone. I'm gonna put it up for like, let's just say 1x, just to be nice. Now, if you remember, we started at like 500 and something sextants. Let's see what we have left in stash. 291. So this is 210 sextants total in our inventory, and we are still rolling Watchstones. Okay, so let's just go down to here. This is a random prefix. Okay, so this is what I was going to get to. Random prefix is one of the ones that do not sell, and the reason being is because you can get reflect. Now, albeit there are builds that can run reflect maps, I would personally not recommend rolling these to sell them. And that reason is because you're not going to be looking to tailor to specifically chaos builds. So don't try and roll those and cut off, try and get a little bit of profit off of specifically those builds, because a lot of times they don't really care. Chaos builds can do everything pretty much. Perfect. Okay, so area contains a smuggler's cache. So even though this isn't for Valdos rest, I'm going to keep this, and there's a reason behind this. So if you think about it this way, there is these nodes over here. If I go over here and I see the secret stash and the inside job, see the inside job says smugglers caches have 100% increased chance to drop blueprints, and blueprints have 10% chance to drop fully revealed. So this is extremely strong. On top of it, we have 4 Watchstones rolled to make it so all of our caches pay out insane amounts of currency of markers. So because we have 4 of these rolled like this, we usually average 3,000 markers per I think it's like 2,200 markers per cache, if I'm not mistaken, maybe like 2,000 on average, with a guaranteed 2 via your your map device itself, via 6, let's see, was it 6 chaos right here, and then 1 via a Watchstone, which I still left in there. That would be a total of, see, 8, 2, 4, 6, roughly 7,000 markers in one map. And on top of it, you're not including the chances to get the blueprint, you're not including the chances to get revealed blueprint, which is by itself worth a fortune, and the contracts that you get, which some contracts can be like 10C each if they're deception, 5C each if they're lockpicking, and it can add up real quick. So that being said, because the inherent value of adding another cache, I am going to value this at an exalt. He wants a foundry map? Yeah, dude, go for it. Alright, so now we're going to put in these are the prefix ones. We don't want that. +1 monster level is fine. and then we go down, boom. Right here, this is exactly what I said before. Beyond is insane when you're stacking Beyond a Nemesis, because you basically give yourself more pack size, and if you, everyone knows that Beyond monsters spawn more Beyond monsters, or sorry, Beyond packs spawn more packs, and you just kind of chain and get a whole lot of value out of it. So 1x there. Let's see here. Metamorph monsters, I've already mentioned that. So when you're rolling the unique watchstones, you don't really have to worry about... Oh, there we go. There's a Beyond again. That's another Exalt. Now, when you're rolling the unique watchstones, you don't really have to worry about being too picky. You can be pretty conservative on what you get. You can kind of like grab whatever you want to grab, and it'll still be worth it in the long run. As long as it's something you're farming, it's going to be worth rolling sextants for you, no matter what you're farming, as long as it's on a gold watchstone. Oh, right here, Nemesis drops 3 currency. So remember, you have 4 uses, and we're only valuing the 4 uses, which means a total of 4 uses of the watchstone itself. So basically, someone who's buying this looks at it, looks at the Nemesis 3 currency, and then just buys it from there. Now, obviously, you know, you don't really need to sell the Nemesis 3 currency. I'm just showing you an example of why this method is so good. And a lot of times it is going to take a while for things to sell, especially if you're on console. Console, not a lot of people are, not a lot of people are super hardcore enough to sit there and buy a whole bunch of watchstones and buy a whole bunch of sextants and sit there and roll sextants and run those maps and run sextants and just basically, you know, sit there back to back chaining crazy juiced maps and sextanting watchstones back to back. However, I am, you know, I not am this league, I can't say I am. I'm more casual this league. If you haven't seen my in-league playthrough, I've been really just like, I'm legit struggling to make a fun build work, and it is what it is, but you don't really have to do, you know, what I do, so it is what it is. Right here, Booming Populace, area contains ritual altars. Because this is on specifically a unique watchstone, this is really, really valuable. And there's a reason for this. This guarantees you ritual altars if you're farming in Haywork Hamlet. Now, I do have a video or 2 posted about Haywork Hamlet farming and how profitable that is. If you saw that, you will know that it's very, very lucrative. You get a lot of stuff from it, not only just the loot, but from the altars themselves. And when you're able to roll 3, 4, or 5 times per altar, it adds up really quick. I'm going to put this at a value of 1 exalt. Let's see here. Mirror of Delirium. There we go again. Mirror of Delirium is, like I said, one of the better ones. We're looking to get, you know, we're looking to add Delirium to our map that has, where is it? Where's my Delirium? There it is. To our maps that are, you know, really crazy. And as I said before, I'm going to value this at 3 exalts. I value it the same as the Nemesis 3 currency because it essentially gives you a similar payout for the most part. Now, I could say 2 exalts and, you know, maybe sell it quicker, but I'm not even expecting many of these to sell as I'm in standard, and I am also on console, not on PC, but there is a post kind of, you know, basically, not a post, but there is a YouTube channel that, I can't remember his name for the life of me, but he did post a video basically like this, explaining exactly this. Now, I kind of look for the obscure videos, and because it's easier for me to replicate it and show it to you, and even though it's not my original idea, I can kind of say, look, this is a method you should be using. Whether you be using it to sell the watchstones on trade, whether you be using the watchstones yourself to make unrealistic amounts of currency per hour, or whether you just, you know, want to go hard and grind a whole bunch of currency real quick just because you can, you should be using this method. Alright. And we hit beyond again. All right. So now we go over here. So without looking at the specific Valdo's Rest ones, let's go to my beyond. Beyond is 1x. Let's say I were to sell everything at a quick sell price. Let's say if I were to sell like 4 of these for 3x, I sell these 2 for an x. This is 2x each. Now anyone who knows this strategy knows you're going to get well more than 2x per use of, or 4 uses of these, so these are worth it. And the Mirror of Deliriums, I put those 2 for, let's say I just put them for 2x each. I can still bulk sell these with the Watchstone modifiers they have and get about 15 exalts total. Now that's pretty good considering, and that's, you know, when you're thinking about like, well, hey, maybe I'm overvaluing things, hey, things aren't this much, hey, so on and so forth. You have to realize that, you know, I'm speaking from more of a experience kind of standpoint. When I see modifiers like this come up, I use them, and I more like 9 times out of 10 I make that value back, and then some of whatever I quote. So like I said, for the smuggler's caches, if I were to put this in and take out one of my T1 rolls, I would get additional cash, and I'd be able to get another stack of them instead of increasing by 24%. So it's, I can kind of show you, I can kind of show videos and examples of me using these watchstones in their proper, you know, usages after this video, and at least a couple of them, just to give, you know, everyone a comfortable guide on what you're looking for when you're doing this. So without let me start doing these Valdo's Rest ones now. Now this is a titanium. I don't know how many good rolls there are on titanium Valdo's Rest. I think it's platinum or chromium that people are looking for, but the titanium ones, you know, just because we're gonna hit it with a few, maybe someone will buy it, who knows. Area contains June, that's not bad. Hunted Traders, see that's sellable, that's really good. Sacred Grove, perfect. So because this has Sacred Grove on it, this will make it so you can just farm 4 maps of Sacred Grove, and I'm just gonna put this up for an X. Let's see, 2x, because it's less specific. This is, you know, I'm just putting this for 1x just because it's less specific, not 3x, 1x. There we go. It's you know, you're not gonna really care about Sacred Grove and Valdo's Rest. So this next one, regardless if I get Sacred Grove and roll over it, just so you can kind of see, you know. Let's see, Ritual Altars. See, this is what I was talking about. You kind of are a little more limited. You don't want really Ritual Altars in Valdo's Rest. You can put them on here. It is not a bad thing, because getting extra pack size is not bad. However, from my experimentations, you don't get any currency from all the rares spawning in these with Nemesis 3 currency. So we're just going to roll over it. We're going to kind of, oh, right, there we go. That's gold. We got the Nemesis 3 currency on a platinum Valdo's Rest watchstone. So this is perfect because you have it on the most sought after type of watchstone, and you have it on, you have the most sought after modifier on it. So now we can take this platinum watchstone, and because it's on the specific area for this, it's unrolled, so we can't charge an insane amount, but I will charge, let's see, this goes here, I will charge 4 exalts for this. We'll just say 3 exalts just because, you know, just because. Now, again, I am on console, so my pricing is probably not going to be as accurate as possible, and if it seems a lot more than PC, it's because it is. Things are insanely expensive on console. Things are a lot rare. Headhunters are 150x. I think they're the same on PC. Exalts are 140c, I think, and yeah, I don't know what they are on PC. I don't really keep track too much, but what I will say is that, you know, when you're you know, just chilling and having fun in your in your league. It's all those big numbers seem pretty daunting, and it's reality is it is what it is. You know, I'm not really trying to go hard, and if I get a headhunter, if I go hard and get all that stuff again, cool. But I went hard like 4 leagues back to back, so I'm just trying to have some fun. Oh, right here, this is another example of perfect watchstone already rolled. This already has the Harbinger, and it's on a Platinum Valdos. So since it has Harbinger and on a Platinum Valdos, I am going to place this with my Harbinger one right here. Then I'm going to put it up for 1 exalt. And I'm only putting it up for 1 exalt because, as I said, it's standard. I don't really care. If it sells, it sells. If I find I have a couple offers on them, great. But I'm not really holding my breath. So let's see. All right, we're gonna put this down. And boom. See, oh, there we go. Nemesis 3 currency again on another Platinum Valdos. So, like I said before, this is the best watchstone to get for this, and it's the best modifier to get. And, you know, it's just hands down, you're not going to get better. Obviously, I'm going to put it at 3x just because I don't really want to overcharge. Or, not overcharge, I don't really care. If they sell, they sell. They don't, they don't. And then let's take the titanium. As I said before, I'm not too sure how valuable titaniums are, but we're going to roll them anyway. Perfect. Mirror of Delirium. So let's just put this one in here. Here it contains Einar. Hunted Traders. As I said before, Hunted Traders is insanely good. It is not something you want to just roll over all the time. I would recommend if you have a Hunted Traders, you just run it, get it over with. It's a very, very good modifier. But because we're aiming for something specific, you know, we're just going to keep rolling. Oh man, Valdo Smuggler's Cache, that's unfortunate. Two additional breaches is pretty good too. Legion encounter is insane. I think there's something to be said about Legion encounter, because Legion's usually like 12C, I think, or something like that. 12 times 4 uses is about 42 chaos. Every time you roll over Legion, you're basically rolling past 42 chaos. So remember that. Legion is really strong. Even if you're doing this method, just because you're going to get rare packs, you're going to get stuff like that. Right there, Sacred Grove, perfect. As I said, this is not really an area you care about Sacred Grove in, but it's still there. You know, we're not going to roll past it because we don't really want to, you know, go too far into this. So let's go, let's see, this is Mirror Delirium. So as you see, Mirror Delirium is about, I believe the math was, if I remember the video right, he said the math was the Mirror of Delirium and the Beyond are 2 to 3 times as rare as Nemesis. Now, or something like that. I don't remember exactly. But I am, you know, just because, let's see, 3 exalts, boom, okay. Just because it's really rare, that doesn't, you know, it shouldn't discourage you for trying to get it, you know, settled and rolled and everything like that. There's a lot, where am I doing? These are my bugged maps. Let me put those back. Wait, what? Oh, right. I have to actually do this. So these are old legacy bugged maps. Unfortunately, they don't work anymore because they don't have the quantity they used to, but they used to have like 100 and something quantity from Blight League, and now they don't. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull out more watchstones, and the reason why we're going to pull out more watchstones is because we want to kind of just to show you how much more, you know, extra currency you can make off this method. If you remember, I said we took out 210 sextants, right? Oof. Remember, every time you roll past Legion, you're rolling past like 42 chaos. Or something like that. I think, no, it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 48 chaos. Right there, beyond perfect. So let's go ahead and combine all these stacks. Sorry, I have to do a lot of clicking. Oh, okay, cool. So we have, let's say we didn't buy any more or anything like that. We have 32 left, okay? So 32 sextants. Let's see their standard prices. Their standard prices are 10 for 50C, 80 for 2 exalts, 80 for 2 exalts, 400 for 10 exalts, 40 for 1. So theoretically speaking, what we should be doing, let me see how much this guy wants. I want that stack. How much, sir? Submit. Okay. So, you know, if you're looking 10 for 35C, that's not bad. That's 3.5 chaos each. That's 3 chaos each. So we can probably buy all these up if we want. But let's just say they are 40 for 1 exalt, okay? I'm unsure what standard chaos exalt prices are right now because I've been playing League and I actually haven't been here. As I said, I've been under the weather. I just got my shot and kind of didn't really get me sick, but it got me like lethargic. So is what it is. So without further ado, it's 40 for an X, meaning we have to get 1 exalt per 40 sextants. Okay, so let's pull this this one down here. And we have 34, okay? 34, let's go. 2 Abysses, Xana. Remember what I said, Xana's really good, but we're gonna roll over it. Now, obviously, I'm not expecting myself to gain a huge amount of, oh, right there, there we go. So, as I said before, these Beyond ones are incredibly valuable. People don't really appreciate it as much on PC, or sorry, on console. On PC, people know what these are worth. If you look on PC, you can check what the Beyond modifier sells for, and it's about their prices. I think 60-70C, which if you think about it, it's not bad. It's actually, I personally think you're going to get way more off of it, because even at 6% chance for Beyond, you're going to be, you know, you're going to be putting those big Harbinger packs. You have Delirium, you have anything like that to make your map as juicy as possible, and you're just going to just basically chunk up value bit by bit. So, as I said before, I value these at about 1 exalt for the sextant rolls there. And we have 19 left. Let's see if we can't get, you know, another one. We're not going to get that one, though. 1 additional suffix. A suffix is fine. The prefix is not fine, so. Stereo Sparrows. Oh, there we go. Remember I said I value this at about 3 exalts? And that's, if in my opinion, a comfortable evaluation. Now, I did say I will go out of my way to run 4 maps with just this Watchstone. One of these Watchstones to show you why I value them at about 4 exalts, or 3 exalts. So, you know, that was a little lucky hitting it, but it is what it is. We're going to try again. We have, again, 17 left, and after that, we're going to stop. Let's see. Metamorph monsters, like I said before, Metamorph is a very, very good, valuable thing to farm if you decide to go that route, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Breaches is good. Right there, perfect. Alright, so how many? We have 3 sextants left, but within those sextants, we made 3 exalts, 4 exalts, 5 exalts back. Now, this is really, really strong because, you know, considering within 32 sextants, at 40 sextants per exalts, obviously I think this is way overpriced. I am in standard, people kind of make up their own prices, but in League, they're 50 to 1 exalt, and if you think about it, you spend 50, it's just an example, I spent that 50 sextants, right? I also spend a little bit of chaos, average of 10 to 20 chaos per Watchstone. and then I just slap sextants on these watchstones. Well, let's see. We have Nemesis 3 currency, we have Beyond, and we have this, and you know, that was only 32, and I'd have like another 18 left over, and that's maybe let me see, maybe an X and a half worth of currency I spent on it, and you're going to pay that off in like one map, maybe two, but one map is probably going to be your payoff. And again, I will show you my results and why this is so valuable in a video after this one. Just want to kind of to drive home this point of how valuable this is, and why people are actually selling watchstones on PC for so much. So let's see if we get lucky. 1 convert, 2 flask, 3. We didn't get lucky. Okay, as I said, I'm gonna stop here. I'm not gonna go super ham and burn all my sextants in my stash. I do have, let's see, I do have another like 291 sextants, but I like to use them sometimes, and I like to, you know, get currency and do that by myself. So I'm not going to waste any more sextants at this moment. I will say that when you do this, when you do decide to go and farm these, when I go into my maps and I start farming these, I start picking, let's say I pick like, I pick a Beyond one, then I pick a Nemesis through currency one, and then I pick a Blight one or something like that. That's going to be so much value by itself without including any kind of all those rest rollings or anything like that, that you're just going to be getting currency for free. And once you're literally printing currency for free, you can kind of see what I mean by how valuable that ends up being. So as you see, if I didn't already cover it, I do have 4 sextant uses. This is one of the things that you really have to look out for, and not look out for, but you have to invest in getting. And if you're going to get one modifier as fast as possible, get this one. Now let me show you in my tree one more time what this modifier looks like. Wrong one, over here. It is from completing any one of the invitations. You just get it. It's right there. Sextant modifiers have 1 additional use. If you're going to get a second one, go for 25% increased effective watchstone modifiers. This includes the unique watchstones. Remember this. So if you have increased packs, you have more packs. If you have increased pack size, you have more pack size. It stacks. So you will basically just get bundles and bundles of harbingers and bundles of currency to fall for no reason. So without further ado, this has been Chaos-Reighn. I do hope you enjoy this video, and I also hope that you find this, you know, valuable. As I've said, this is my last disclaimer of the video. This is console, PlayStation 4, and this is standard. Now, I base my pricing off of how much I make per watchstone, or per Nemesis 3 currency, / how valuable that mod is. Now, even if I were to go 2x, 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 and 2x like that, and then value all these still at 1 exalt, just as an example, I would end up getting like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 exalts just off the Nemesis 3 currency. And remember that if you remember, I said that these prices reflect PC's prices as well. They sell theirs for 1.8, 1.9 to 2 exalts for any watchstone rolled with the Nemesis 3 currency, because it is that lucrative and that valuable. Now, I will show you how valuable it is to run these instead of selling them. If you have the time to, you have the patience to, so on and so forth, after this video. So if you want to look at the next video and see you know, how valuable this method is and how good it is to practice it and get crazy amounts of currency like that, then please feel free to stick around and, you know, like, comment, subscribe. This may be a longer video, and I really made it to be that way, and I do appreciate anyone coming in. You know, this isn't my original idea, so don't give me the credit. Only thing I ask for is for you to recognize the potential out there, and if this benefits you, please share it with someone else. Share my channel with them. Say, hey, this guy makes cool content. You know, anything like that helps. I do appreciate the people who have, you know, reached out for me and asked for specific content, and I do appreciate anyone, you know, willing to take the time to watch my videos at all. Without further ado, this has been Chaos-Reighn, and good luck, Exiles. Hopefully you can get something cool.